Hey everybody, welcome back to Talking Scuba. I'm Bob Shoemaker, the awesomest diver ever.
And I'm Jim Norton, the dive con.
Hey everybody, you see our new set? We've got tanks, we've got some cool stuff, we've got sorts of shells, and my favorite part, the liquor shelf.
Are the treasure.
Oh, we all have our favorites. What are you drinking today, Jim?
I've got my Guinness.
You got your Guinness? I'm drinking Jimmy Buffett's Landshark beer today. We've been doing a little bit of diving, but not probably as much as we would like to.
No.
We did get to try out some new gear.
Oh, we did. Some side mount system from DiveRite.
Yes.
Absolutely awesome. Loved it. It's really interesting gear. What I like about it is that the buoyancy was spectacular. It has 2 tanks, which I'm looking at a double system anyways. Mm-hmm. And the tanks are mounted at your side, right behind your shoulder. And the BC is designed in a way that shifts the buoyancy to the back, to the rear, because your tanks are to the rear. And there's also a butt plate incorporated on the BC that attaches the rear of the tanks. And it works really good, and it ends up being very easy to roll over on your side, upside down, stand straight up and down, head down. Doesn't matter. Your buoyancy is just awesome.
Now, you're getting into some of the technical stuff, so that's why you need the double system. So instead of going with a traditional side-by-side double system where you have to reach back and adjust, like if you had an emergency situation, you'd reach back, shut your valves off. With this, you've got your controls right here.
It's all right here. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's really nice. And it's a system where you're going to have to manage your gas. Rather than the doubles, you've got 1 regulator and you're set. This system, you've got 2. So you do have redundancy, but you also have double the chance of a problem with the regulator.
Right.
So that's the downside. But other than that, another really nice feature I like about it is when I'm diving on, for example, my boat, I can take a line, put off the side, put my tanks on the line. Then I can get on and off the boat without the tanks on. I can put the tanks on when I'm in the water, and I can take them off when I'm in the water, and then drag them up separately.
So instead of like a set of doubles that are extremely heavy, you can actually just take your, whatever it is, whether you have 100, a 119, a 72 even, an 80, you can set that up sling tank style, where it's got handles, easy to clip on and off stuff. Then you can just jump into the water with your BC on and clip it in.
Yep.
And that BC doesn't have a plate in it either. It's just got the wing, so it's very, very flexible.
Yep. Which is designed for caving, actually.
Yeah.
So they can get in the caves and shallow areas, which works good for wrecks, too. I mean, we can get in and out of wrecks pretty easy.
Yeah, if we were going to do any wreck penetration, I don't have any desire to do that, but I know a lot of people that do, and then if they're getting around, bending through curves and going through portholes or whatever they might be doing, that flexibility that it would allow them would be really convenient.
It would. It would.
Yep. So if you guys are interested in that, you can check it out at DiveRite.com, and that is their Nomad BC. Now, we did try to dive this week.
Oh, we did. Unfortunately,
we had
problems.
Yeah. What happened?
Well, the good old Suburban blew a tire halfway to the Great Lakes.
Halfway to Muskegon. We are... once we did figure out we were bullshitting with each other, and then all of a sudden the tire blew out. We pulled off to the side of the road, realized we didn't quite have the right jack, and it was kind of a nightmare. Once we did get it off, that's what she said. And we weren't able to pull the tire off. It was kind of rusted.
Oh yeah, right on the wheel.
So we had to sneak into the farmer's barn there and steal his sledgehammer, and after calling your brother and your wife and having them all come out, we finally got that damn thing off.
Oh yeah, it was a good thing for my wife. She can really swing a hammer.
Yeah, he got it. Now it is springtime. The weather is getting better. We do feel pretty good about, or we do need to start getting our gear maintained as well.
Oh yes, time to get those visuals done and the regulators looked at.
Now you dive atomic regulators, right?
That's correct. Yep.
So those atomic regulators, you have to get them rebuilt, what, every 2 years? Every
2 years is what they recommend, but I do dive quite often. So I kind of like to every year to at least take it apart.
Okay. And I dive my my Ziegel regulators. I get those rebuilt at least once or twice a year because I am in the water so much, not just in the pool, but also, you know, doing tons of dives in the summertime and under the ice and that sort of thing.
Yes, after all, it is a life support system.
Yeah. Now, I've never really had a full-on free flow, but you have had a free flow before, haven't you?
Yes. Yep. I thought I didn't need to environmentalize my first stage, and that kind of bit me.
Now, environmentalize, you're just meaning you're sealing up that regulator so no water actually goes inside or inside of the regulator.
Right.
itself.
And able to freeze. And part of the problem was I was working with some students and I was surfacing. And there was ice and it was very, very cold. And the repeated surfacing, I think, caused the problem.
So the air itself is what actually made it freeze. Well, it was underwater, it was operating fine, but because you had to keep coming up, it ended up freezing.
Right. Yep.
And you were diving with students under icy conditions, or was it?
It was ice, but we had a lot of open space as well.
Yep. So besides your regulators, you want to get your your BC checked out. You want to make sure if you're diving a dry suit that your seals are all not dry rotted,
yep.
As well as your zippers and seals are all cleaned and lubed.
Absolutely.
Good. Now we've got some plans for our future dives here. We've got actually a sponsor looking at taking us up and doing some dives with us in the Straits, one of our favorite places to dive.
Oh, it is. It is awesome wrecks. There's no wrecks, I think, in the world any better than these.
Yeah, we get to dive, the Cedarville or diving the Sandusky, the Barnum, all those really cool old wrecks. It's just a great place to dive.
It is.
The boat ride is beautiful. You've got the Mackinac, Big Mac in the background.
It's all local. I mean, really close.
Yeah, it's nice and convenient for us. Even if it wasn't close and convenient, though, I think I would travel to do these wrecks. They're unbelievable.
Absolutely. And there's probably a good, I think there's 8, all within reach of the dive boat in one day, in one morning, actually.
Right.
They usually split them up between morning runs and afternoon runs. But you could select which wrecks you want, which would appeal to you, and they'll take you right there.
And one of the, we do a lot of diving off your boat as well, and one of the
Yes.
dives we're looking at doing is the Ann Arbor 5.
Yes, that is a really interesting wreck. What that is it's kind of perpendicular. It's up and down. So we can make dives to, I think it's approximately 100 feet to the props. And
so it had actually broken in half, right, and then kind of nose planted the broken half into the dirt. Is that what it was?
I understand that it was actually broke prior to that.
Okay.
And they were using it as a barge. And for some reason they lost control of it and she sank.
Okay.
And it wasn't really worth anything, so they didn't bother saving it. So it makes a really interesting dive.
Yeah, and we're just kind of getting into the technical aspects of diving. I'm actually in a intro to tech class right now. You've already completed that class.
Yep.
And that's why we're kind of looking at DiveRite gear and that sort of thing once you get into some of the more technical aspects, running doubles, redundant systems and stuff like that. And with the Ann Arbor 5, that's kind of what we're going to need to do.
We are. And what's nice about that wreck is being straight up and down like that, we can choose to make a deeper dive and still have an easy ascent.
Right, we got that more of a vertical profile, whereas most shipwrecks we've got 500 foot of boat, and if we wanted to explore it all, we would be way far away from the line if we did need to do an emergency ascent or did some sort of an ascent. So getting back to the rope and then doing our ascent, as opposed to with the Ann Arbor, if we go up, we're going to be going up with the rope.
Exactly.
It does look like a really cool wreck. I think it's got twin props on it.
Yes, it does. Yep.
Some big props, so that'll be cool to check out. So we're excited for our summer of diving. We are changing our format a little bit. We're going to a shorter show. We're only going to be doing about a 10-15 minute show so you guys don't have to look at our ugly mugs all the time. But I do want to remind you guys to check us out on Twitter and Facebook. Also, leave your comments on our website or email us at askus@talkingscuba.com. Now, you guys can also fiscally support the show now, keep us on the air. With a donation of $5 or more, you can get a sticker sent to you. If you are interested, you can get that through our email or on our Facebook page. And for a donation of $20 or more, I will personally autograph your breasts. So thanks for stopping by, and to the next dive.
To the next dive. I think I got $5.